I don't care if you got a devil chainsaw in your chest all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Beast of Smoke Me Out fam with all the dankest of dank. On my left, oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
So someone told me today that sports are for people who don't like to work out but need to, and now I'm all fucked up.
What the fuck?
It's an interesting
On my
take.
far right, engineered all this ones and twos, choking people out on three of the post Chronos.
I'm just saying, I want a little chainsaw dog too. Just a little tiny one, just to, occasionally disembowel somebody that's fucking with me. Is that too much to ask?
Mm-mm.
It's so bad.
All the demons, all the devils. Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Fuck your pumpkin pie season. Or your pumpkin pie season. Sweet potato pie season, baby.
Oh, he's eating it. God
Mm.
damn.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Busted it out, too.
It's so good. Mm.
Oh my god, he up here crunching.
He munching on it. Shit. All right. Kronos, what you kind of statistical analysis you got for us? What you got?
The stats are first in the chat would be my lovely daughter. Hello. And listener of the week would once again be Steve, otherwise known as X0R. I'll be seeing you next week, buddy. So yeah, it'll be great.
Good shit, good shit. Old Ninja, you know what time it is. Pour out the brown malty stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna pour out some Saint Ides this week. Pouring out Saint Ides for Judy Tenuta. She was a comedian, actress, and musician by mixing insult comedy, observational humor, and self promotion. She had a brash persona known as the Love Goddess. Actually, she had a few of them, but the Love Goddess was the most prominent. She would play an accordion on stage and sometimes berate the entire audience by calling all of them pigs. In one particular act, she would be especially known for bringing male audience members onto stage and shoving her used gum into their mouths or spitting it and making them go get it. She wrote two comedy books and received two Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album nominations. She used to host an HBO comedy special with Ellen DeGeneres, Rita Rudner, and Paula Poundstone. She's been in several movies and TV shows such as Ned's Declassified School Survivor Guide, Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Goosebumps, and Child of the 70s, and such movies as Going Down in the La La Land. And of course, she was also on fellow accordion playing TV personality Will Yankovic show when he had a show, The Weird Al Show. She has 59 film and TV credits. She died at the age of 72 due to stage 4 ovarian cancer.
You know, that gum trick is how I got mono in the 70s. You know what I mean? She just spit it in me, and that was it, man. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but you didn't say no, so
I sure did.
Remember when mono was like a common thing?
It sure as
yeah.
fuck
What
was.
happened to
I
that?
remember, I remember when nobody kisses anymore. Apparently, everyone goes straight to eating ass.
I mean, that would also give you ass mono. So your ass
I
is
mean,
all tired, you're shitting all the time.
Wouldn't it give you a
Hold
pink
on.
mouth? Instead of giving
Hold
you
on,
pink eye, gives you a pink mouth.
maybe, but eating ass gave us COVID. I'm just saying,
No.
What are you talking about? Eating ass that's
gave
USDA
us
choice
COVID.
meat right there. What are you talking about?
Eating
It's
ass gave us
FDA
COVID.
approved.
There was no COVID until people start eating ass.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, people been eating
Yeah,
ass for a while. Remember back in the day, they just called it tossing
they eat the
salad.
poo
Yeah,
poo.
toss a salad,
Mhm.
but it caught up to us. So I'm just saying. Next up, we have Dame Angela Lansbury, Irish British actress and singer who had 8 decades of stage,
What?
TV, and film work. She's had 6 Tony Awards, including one Lifetime Achievement Award, 6 Golden Globe Awards, 18 Primetime Emmy Awards, a Grammy, and an Academy Honorary Award, and 2 Academy Award nominations, but no wins.
Does that
Uh,
sound like EGOT? Did she EGOT?
no, she didn't get an Academy Award. She's got an honorary one. So
Oh,
if you want, you can say yes because she got an honorary award, but she didn't get a technical real one, I guess.
okay.
Oh. 1945 was the year she received accolades for the film The Picture of Dorian Gray. She appeared in the original The Manchurian Candidate, which got her attention to get the role in Bedknobs and Broomsticks, which was huge. for Disney back in the 60s. 1980, she had a massive hit show with Murder, She Wrote. She would go on to do voice work and sing in the animated feature film Beauty and the Beast. She's made appearances in Nanny McPhee, and her final performance will be seen in Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
Oh
She was
shit, that's that Knives Out sequel, right?
Yeah, that's out in like a month. In December. It's out in December, so it's not out yet. She was appointed Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth II in
I was gonna
2014.
say General Palpatine. That's what it sounded
She
like you said. The Empire.
I doubt it. She passed in her sleep on October 11th, yesterday. If you're watching this in the future, the day before this podcast, this was 5 days before her 97th birthday.
Is that is that like being knighted, like when you become a sir, but it's for
Yeah,
the women?
yes, the opposite of the knight is the dame. Like Dame Judy Dench and Dame Angela Lansbury. And like a few weeks ago we had Olivia Newton John who passed. She was Dame Olivia Newton John. So
Hmm,
there you
that's
go.
good shit. All right.
A younger version of her. She looks like of Angela. She looks like Lucille Ball in some of these pictures I'm looking at. But I think it's the hairstyle, just that curl up on top and it kind of rolls on top of each other. I don't
I'm just gonna say this: Lucy was kind of bad in her day.
She was. Not kinda, she was
know.
pretty bad.
Hmm. For real.
There's
All
some
right.
other baddies. Also, like what's the name that played the genie in I
Oh
Love
Oh,
yeah.
Genie?
Angela
Yeah.
or not Lansbury. Shit, what the hell's her name? I can't think of her name right now, but she was huge. She was like super sought after.
Hmm. For
So
real. For real. Good
But
shit.
then
Any
again,
any
she also
others?
was half decade on the screen. I mean,
Hmm.
compared to their standards back then.
Yep.
I'm looking at her now, and it's like she's wearing pants and a top. Like,
oh, there is Barbie Eden. That was her. She's in a lot of like parody films too.
Good shit. Old Ninja, did you have any more, or was that the last
No,
one?
that was it. That's all I got.
All right. We started a little bit late, but we back up in this motherfucker for y'all.
hmm
Uh Kronos, where you want to go first? God damn it.
First, I would like to apologize to everybody for being so late. I had to change where the podcast is because Kay is gone with Mishka. They left both me and Prodigy. I guess we're single now, single fathers. Donate money to our Cash App. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
No, hey,
But
hey, if hold on. If I'm gonna donate money, you need to Snapchat me that.
um, yeah. So I forgot. I moved everything in here. I was thinking like not doing the podcast. But last minute, I was like, oh, I'll just put the laptop and everything in here, and just do this. But I like the last second, I realized that I didn't have a second monitor. I need a second monitor to do this podcast, so I had to go scramble to go like cannibalize the rest of the Infinity base to do this. But yeah. Sorry, I'm looking for something
brought
for.
to you live.
Yeah, so technically the podcast is portable, but it's just kind of a pain in the ass if I'm not set up for it. So, where would I like to officially go first? Let's talk about Yi being racist, not just Yi being Yi. Because he's getting too many fucking passes here. He's getting too many goddamn passes, in my opinion. I think Michael Rappaport, he went kind of scorched earth on him for the second time, and he's totally correct. I don't care if the guy says that he has, mental illness, he's bi. I don't give a single fuck. A lot of people on this planet have mental health issues, but they are not that fucking. They're not. You're just an asshole. You're just being an asshole. There's no excuse of being an asshole. Talking that much shit against like Jews, and wearing the White Lives Matter shirt, and all that. You're just being way too extra to the point to where you just. I think people have had enough of his dumbass at this point. And him saying he doesn't read books, it clearly shows, bro. It shows that you don't read books. The fact that you don't understand why wearing a White Lives Matter shirt, being black, or any ethnic background for that matter, is totally inappropriate in the days that we're still literally trying to grapple with white supremacy in America. A fucking grocery store just got shot up a couple months ago in the name of white supremacy, and you're gonna sit there and and he killed up all black people, and he wanted to kill black people for white supremacy. There is no denying this. It's in his fucking manifesto. And to have this jackass come on and wear a shirt like that totally either he didn't know about white supremacy or what. I don't. At this point, there's really no excuse. Even him saying, I don't read books. That's you don't get an excuse for ignorance, man. You don't. And whoever's in your circle, you need to fire all of them. You need to get some new fucking friends, or just get a friend. Listen to your friends.
Got a
It's
bunch of
totally
yes man.
ridiculous. Yeah, just basically a bunch of nobody's telling this dude no. He went there on Tucker Carlson and once again spouted more anti-Semitic bullshit. And he said something about and he spouted so much anti-Semitic bullshit that they actually edited the video, even though they said in the unedited video that we don't censor here. They censored parts of the fucking shit that he was saying. Part of it was him saying that he didn't want his kids to know about Kwanzaa. He'd rather them grow up celebrating Hanukkah because it's more, what do you say, it's more financially engineered or some shit like that. I mean, like that's just some stereotypical bullshit, man. And it's just it's shit like that, which like, man, you lost yourself, man. Like seriously, you lost yourself.
He's been gone for so goddamn long, though. I mean, remember, it was a year ago and some change. He was talking about slavery as was a choice, and all this other craziness with him. But I don't want to call it just craziness or whatever, because there's no. I'm not going to use mental health or anything as an excuse. This guy just says awful fucking shit. He got banned from Twitter for saying he was going to go
Instagram.
DEFCON 3 on the Jews or something, and then
not DEFCON, DEFCON. He said,
I know,
I'm like, bro, come on.
He's just an ignorant fool. I'm so done with him. I'm mad that he's, so rich that people, sadly, too many people give him a goddamn pass. But he's a fucking idiot. He's got a family and he's got all this money, and he just keeps getting people's attention by being the worst of the absolute worst. He also, not that I'm some crazy, what was the name of the guy? Pete Davidson? Is that him? The comedian?
Yeah.
He was making death threats against him just a little while ago. We didn't even talk about that.
Well, we talked about it a little bit because, Pete Davidson was kind of being an asshole with like fucking with his kids. And to me, that's kind of grimy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where the guy was clearly, you just don't fuck with somebody's kids. But also, he's going too far at this point. Like I was kind of a little bit on his side because he was fucking with his kids. But now it's just like, man, fuck you, man. Just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I may have missed the fucking with his kids thing. All I know is, making death threats against people, really awful. Racist comments, really awful. There's no two ways about it. But yeah, he's a fucking embarrassment, man. I can't stand it.
Yeah. And what's also sad is that like when you guys, there's that picture of him wearing the White Lives Matter shirt, and like I focus only on what was it, Candace, whatever her. Yeah, I focused on her because you can see her face, but like I looked at the back of the person's head, I was like, is that Kanye? Like that looks like Kanye's egghead. I didn't even realize it was him until like later on it came out and it was said that it was him. But like, yeah, man, he's gone over the deep end with this one. Like I know he's like bipolar, he's probably off of his meds, but like you guys were saying, like it's not really an excuse. But do you guys hear about what happened he had like a meeting with Adidas, and like he basically had a presentation where he was showing them porn.
What?
And he was
What
basically telling them like how you feel right now, being uncomfortable with how I feel about you guys stealing my children from me, like his ideas and stuff with his children and this and that. Like it's fucking nuts.
One
and it's like, and he videotaped it too. Like he videotaped everybody's reaction inside the meeting room.
One thing that was actually really crazy that they didn't edit out of the video was that he actually was kind of shit talking his mom, and that's when another clue of like, bro, you really lost. Like you really lost yourself. I understand that you losing your mom was like a huge blow to you. I think that's Warrior Fellow just said in here. He's been off edge since his mom died, which I totally agree.
Oh yeah.
But for him to like talk shit, because he was talking about his dad and about how his mom stole him from his dad and all this, I'm like, man, you are just trampling over your mom's like legacy being you and all the respect that you were giving to her through your music, even in her death. And now I don't know what you're thinking, but now you're just going off talking all shit about her. It's like, I mean, for what, man? She's already dead.
Dead.
Like, what are you doing?
Been dead. Yeah. Just
hold on.
What you got?
Was it also he named his school after his mom too, Donda?
Apparently,
album.
There's a. Apparently, he praised Hitler on a podcast, and they killed the interview in the middle.
What the fuck?
So Forbes is reporting that someone that used to be on TMZ said he praised Hitler and he was on this podcast and they shut it down in the middle of it.
It probably was a black guy that called him out for saying that slavery was a choice. He basically
Maybe.
put
Fuck,
Kanye got
man.
to place, and then he lost his job.
Yeah, yeah. Just don't buy his fucking shitty ass fucking label
Clothes.
of clothing. Don't support his music. Just leave him the fuck alone. You know.
I've been
He's
saying.
trending hard
Go ahead.
right now
Oh yeah.
because JP Morgan, I guess they're kicking him off their platform. I guess they gave him until the end of November,
And
and they're booting. He's got to remove his funds.
he's gonna claim cancel culture, but man, you did it. This is not cancel culture. Like people have the right to do whatever the fuck they want to protect themselves from insane assholes like you. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't if somebody walked in my house and just started shitting on the floor and I kicked him out. It's not cancel culture. You just shit on my floor. Get the fuck out. That's basically what he's doing. You know, this is all his own. And I've said it for years that his music has taken a steep decline. We've had pretty epic arguments on this podcast between me and
Whoopity-doop.
Stitch talking about, oh well, he's still getting number one on the billboards. It's like yeah, but look at the actual sales of his records. They've been going down and down and down because he totally lost the message that gripped the nation with his first like 3 or 4 albums. You know, I think ever since like 808 and Heartbreaks, that was like maybe his last okay one. You know, and then but even then, it was all basically the same kind of sound. And after that, man, that was a wrap. It was all just just trash, in my opinion, just trash. He hasn't made a decent album. I can't even remember the last good album that he had. Like seriously.
I would say Watch the Throne, which was a duet one, but
I was
that was a
trying to
really
think
good
like when that came out. Was that after 808 and
I think
Heartbreak?
that was. I think it's
But
hard for me. I feel like that was like 12.
And it was
2012?
a collab though, right? It was him and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So
It's
Dude,
crazy because like
I'm looking at
the
all-
generation now, like they're growing up with crazy Kanye, where we had fucking like good music, spitting fire through the grill Kanye.
yeah,
Mhm.
backpack Kanye. Backpack Kanye was
Mhm.
cool as fuck. Talking about don't
Graduation.
go to college. I'm like, all right, sir.
So I'm
Mhm.
seeing a collab of pictures like the White Lives Matter, the Make America Great Again hat, which I saw him wear. Apparently, he has a jacket with the Confederate flag on it.
Jesus
Yeah, I think I've seen
Christ.
that one.
It-
It's
it
funny.
has a-
There's a meme that was a tweet from George Washington, or not George Washington, George Bush saying that Kanye doesn't care about black people. And when I saw that, I fucking was dying laughing.
I saw that. That was fucked up.
Good shit, man.
I was like,
Yeah,
the first meme.
I'm seeing more crazy shit. Like this is an actual video of a bunch of kids. I don't have the sound up, but they're saying this is a Christian private school called Donda Academy. You
Yeah,
gotta,
that's a school he created.
yeah, but you gotta sign an NDA and you pay 15
Oh yeah,
a month. Or no, this one says 15 a year. This one says 15 a month. I believe
15,000 even still, I mean, $15,000 a year to go. This is the
That's a
thing
lot.
about I don't understand like these people that came from nothing, that came up and they're exploiting people. I mean, look at his clothing line just alone.
Oh,
Like I'm pretty sure if I go to like I could probably pull up. I'm gonna pull up right as I'm talking, but like his clothing is so goddamn expensive and it's trash.
it is.
it's basically you can buy you pay $300 for a white T-shirt.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it looks like total garbage. And for anybody to say like, "Oh, you don't get it," no. First of all, no, I don't get it. I don't know why you would pay, $1,000 for a fucking plain looking shirt. You know,
Well,
Yeah.
Let's just be honest about his background. This is, a kid, a man that grew up on the south side of Chicago. You know, like that's not some high end, Beverly Hills type of neighborhood at all. And he rapped about that and talked about it for years and years and years, and now it's like $2,000 sneakers. What the fuck? Yeah,
No, it's like
Yeah.
isn't it $300? My roommate has Yeezys, and I'm like, dude, you bought these? Oh yeah. I'm like, well, why? So yeah, basically it was like for the clout. Like I can afford these. I'm like, dude, they look like, what people wear when you work at like a restaurant or something. They don't look all that special to me. It's just weird, I guess.
yeah.
I don't get it, but I'm just like I don't know if I'd pay that much money for those kind of shoes that to me just look bizarre and
Like
not
crap.
very functional. Yeah.
I know,
It is.
like there's that shit because his clothes being released at the Gap, and I guess he got mad at the executives there because he wanted the clothes to stay inside of bags that they came in and not like hung up on the rack. Like you know how like when you go into a clothing store, the clothes are all folded and put away and they're
Yeah.
sized so you can find your clothes right away. Kanye hated that idea. He wanted that shit to stay inside like a garbage bag for people just to rummage through to find their size.
So you know what's funny about that? He actually rapped on his first few albums about working at the Gap, like a
Exactly.
lot.
Yeah.
That's so
And
funny.
that's kind of why he partnered with the Gap was because that was kind of his first job, but
Yeah.
it's
All right.
crazy.
Let's leave that motherfucker alone. Did y'all see the trailer? The brand new fucking trailer for Super Mario Brothers.
Oh
With
yeah.
Copa, King Copa.
Man, that
Um,
was one bipolar ass commercial, or like
Yeah.
trailer.
yeah.
I'm just
I,
yeah.
I I will say this. I like the animation. I like the whole Mushroom Kingdom. All of that fucking works. I love the fucking trailer, with the exception of that is not fucking Super Mario. Chris Pratt as that
Yeah.
voice fucking irks me. It's like nails on a goddamn chalkboard. Mario is and has always been a Japanese lens through a Japanese lens, a stereotypical, almost offensive Italian accent. Like you know that, but Chris Pratt just sounds like fucking Chris Pratt, fucking Star Lord. That
Yeah,
don't fucking work.
yeah, just it didn't work at all for me either. I was just like, just get the original like voice. He's still alive, like
Yeah.
like the guy's still alive. And I was thinking like maybe they were doing it to like not be like overly
The
offensive with like
racist.
the Italian
Yeah.
accent, but I'm just like, okay, have the original voice actor just tone it down a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like seems pretty fucking reasonable, but not just Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt. Like when he first got announced, I was like, okay, I don't really care. But now it's just like his voice. I'm like, oh man, it's terrible. And like seeing, especially when you compare, that's why I said it's like bipolar commercial or trailer, because Jack Black is Bowser and he sounds dope as fuck.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He nails it. He
Yeah.
fucking nails it because he actually knows how to do some voice acting work. Like people
Yeah.
always try to belittle that. Oh, you just need a famous actor. No, the fuck you don't. You need a really good voice actor that can emote and bring feeling to it and sounds appropriate for what you're seeing on screen some of the time. And with Mario, we know that voice, at least some of his catchphrases. You know what I mean? Something like this
See, for-
shit doesn't fucking work, man. That
For
voice.
me, actually, I didn't have a problem with it.
Mhm.
Like, grow up as a kid, like we didn't hear Mario speak until like I don't know, like the 64.
Yeah.
First
he
time
was
Mario
big
World he spoke,
before.
but he only said like certain lines, like "Here you go" and "It's me, Mario." But
Mhm.
like looking back at like the movies and shows that we did, I mean, the Super Mario movie that came out with John Leguizamo and what's the name? Like
Oh,
we had a
my
Mexican
bad.
guy and an Italian guy playing playing some
Italian
plumbers,
brothers.
and like they did
True.
have accents, and we didn't really have problems with that. But this, I mean, I understand that they maybe didn't want to be kind of like racist with the way that he talked, but I don't know. Listening to the Mario voice, that voice gets fucking annoying. Like if you hear like "Here we go" and "It's me, Mario" like all the fucking time, you'd be like,
Not
God,
to,
this is like
not to
fucking
me.
nails on chalkboard.
I play the games.
No.
Then it doesn't get old to me at all. I'm like, that's fucking Mario.
That is fucking Mario. Here's the thing. We've talked about this a million times. Depending on how you want to do the fucking count, there's been well over 200 fucking Mario games. You know what I mean? Like total.
Oh,
We all
yeah.
know Mario. Like that's their mascot for Nintendo. Like that's a gaming mascot. Fuck out of here. I know what fucking Mario fucking sounds like. Like certain things are supposed to sound appropriate. Even stuff from the game in terms of you going in one of those turtle shells or going down a
Mhm.
pipe.
That
There
was cute.
should be kind of noises and sounds that are reminiscent of the fucking games a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
But
don't
just
know.
fix it though, because
Uh,
it's
I'm-
just voice work.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the boat with Blue because it's really is a fictional character that was created by ones and zeros, and we don't own his voice like the company they kind of do. And I guess I mean in the climate we're in now, doing the super stereotypical uh Italian plumber who works in the U.S. apparently because they're from supposed to be from New York.
Yeah, it's an
That
Italian
would've-
American.
Yeah, but the way he does the accent is super, like you said, stereotypical and almost racist. And doing that with a big animation studio like Illumination can get them in financial hot water. So I don't see a huge problem with them playing it safe with a fictional character. So
I want y'all to look at them comments on any of them. Everybody
oh
likes
no,
for the most part their trailer. It's almost universal that people
I've seen
comment
it.
on hating this voice.
I've seen it. I've seen the comments. I'm just like, well, we saw this kind of level of hate with Finn and Ray and Star Wars. So
Yeah,
that
but also you got to
But
remember
also,
Finn and Ray were new characters. We didn't have an expectation per se with them prior to seeing them. We certainly have an expectation with Mario, Super Mario, whatever. And then the other thing I'm going to say, we're about to get our third live action Sonic movie. And
mm,
so we have kind of a precedent of quality, really, because both those first two Sonic movies slapped hard as fuck. We all were surprised at how good they fucking
yeah.
were.
Well, see,
And
also like
but
what's
but
name
what
got
did
shit
Sonic sound like
for
before?
doing
Because Sonic,
Buzz Lightyear when
wait, what?
Chris Evans when he did the voice of Buzz Lightyear,
true,
like he got a lot of shit too. People were like, "Oh, that's not my Buzz." When I watched that movie, I thought it was really good. I thought he did a really good Buzz Lightyear voice. He
but
sounded
I
close to Tim Allen, but like not
and
exact.
and I haven't seen it yet, Blue, but you are in the minority. The
I am.
overwhelming majority of people did not fuck with with Lightyear or Chris Evans Buzz, whatever you want to call it. The overwhelming.
So
Yeah, I like that movie, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see because I'm not a huge Nintendo fan. I've played like a handful of Mario games, so I don't know how he's supposed to sound. I just know like little snippets here and there. So I mean, there's probably missing a lot.
It's all good.
well, I mean, there used to be a Super Mario TV show. There's a
Yep.
Yeah, I
Nintendo
remember that.
show back in the day.
Take it to the
So
ring. Dun, 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 dun. That's where you learn how to do the Mario at the
Yep.
end of the show. Do the Mario.
so we could, anything could happen. I mean, if the movie's good overall, this may blow over, but it may not. So
I
we'll
think
see.
they could do a Sonic and just redo the audio. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious. They really could.
they could remove Chris Pratt altogether, go back to the original guy, and say Chris Pratt
Man,
did the voice. I mean,
you
they've done it before, like in Aladdin, the Return of Jafar, or no, Aladdin and the King of Thieves. The guy who did the voice of Genie for the TV series reprised his role at the Genie for the show, but then everything kind of was smoothed over with Robert Williams. So Robert Williams came back to do the voice, and he pretty much wiped all the guy's audio and redid it with Robert Williams.
fuck yeah, man. I need to hear that Mamma Mia. All right. Let's get on into this. God damn it. Now that we got Kronos back in the seat, we have blood. We have chainsaws. We have demons. We finally have the premiere. I think you could watch it on Hulu or Crunchyroll of Chainsaw Man. Kronos, what you think about this premiere first episode?
I love the premiere. It was not entirely what I expected because it started off like this guy's life sucks. I was like, Jesus Christ! It started off like Squid Game. Like this dude owes a whole bunch of money. He's like selling body parts. I was just like,
Mhm.
I was like, man. First of all, the animation is excellent. Mappa did an excellent job in the animation department. The story so far, it seems like really messed up, but it takes kind of like a weird like left turn kind of near the end, but for the better really. I just thought it was really cool. Like he has like this little dog that has like a chainsaw as part of his face, like, and it was like I was like, this. You see, there's a chainsaw on this dog's face, right? And people were just like walking around. This thing was normal. I was just like, this is not normal. Like he's got a chainsaw for his face, and that's where I knew I was like, something's wrong with this anime. And it was just like, it was really good. Like it's the way it started. It seemed like normalish enough. It had some gore, and then at the end they were just like, all right, we're just gonna dump a bunch of budget into just a bunch, like way too much gore and guts and just the horrific deaths and zombies and shit. I was just like, oh my god, like this is amazing. It's amazing. Like I haven't seen something like that since it reminded me like the first time I saw like High School of the Dead.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, all right, this seems pretty normal anime, except for the fucking dog. But and then all of a sudden at the end of the episode, you're just like, oh shit, it's the fan, and it's just like, whoa, all right. So, what do you think, man?
Man, I'm right there with you. I will say this: Mappa did not have to go that fucking hard on the intro. First of all,
Yeah.
that shit was really good.
Yeah,
Anime
And
always had
then-
the best fucking intro.
Yeah, the intro fucking slapped hard, and then you have excellent animation. Yeah, Cronus is right. The guy's life sucks. He owes the Yakuza a bunch of
Yeah.
money because of some shit with his dad and whatnot. Watch it for yourself. I won't spoil it. But there's also demons in this world,
Yeah.
like, or devils they call them, and so you got a lot fucking going on with supernatural themes. In a lot of ways, it reminded me of some of those early episodes, which I know we'll talk about a little bit later, but of Bleach, or even Jujutsu Kaisen with the hollows or the demons or whatever from those shows. But that's all in there. And then you're right. You're like, okay, this is kind of a normal anime. It kind of has its own little rhythm and whatnot. He's in debt with the Yakuza. And all of a sudden they just turn it up to fucking 1,000
Yeah.
with all the like Doomslayer shit.
I gotta be honest. Like, part of it was kind of hard to watch. Like, there was,
Yeah.
I'm probably pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. There's like a part where he's just like, I was just like, oh, that's terrible, and they're just gonna keep going. All right, and now he's in a trash can.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this one had
Yeah,
so
this
much
one's
fucking
probably
hype from all the
different.
manga
Chat with
readers
Black
talking about, oh, this is great. They're gonna finally make it an anime. It's gonna be the greatest thing ever. And for me, this fucking lived up to the hype. I didn't read the manga, but this shit is going to be a staple in my fucking weekly anime shit from now on. Did anybody else watch it?
Yeah, I watched this. I didn't know what to expect. I just know people were talking about it. So to me, it started off weird. I guess I was too much in the Attack on Titan mode where I expected a little world building, but no, we start with this little fucking yappy little dog with the fucking chainsaw on his fucking forehead. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he picks it up. Its ass is a bar and its back is a bar, so you can just fucking cut through
Yeah.
trees and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I forgot about that. Like, it's a real actual. He's a real actual chainsaw. He uses it as a
Yeah.
chainsaw.
But then he's like fucking barking and yapping and cuddling and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? And then just like, so you see a demon, it reminded me, or a devil. They called him a devil. And you know what kind of work he's doing. So I'm like, what the fuck? How did these things get on the planet? Or is this like a world where there's just devil things around? Because the first one looks like it's from Berserk, the little, I don't know what they call
the tomato demon.
yeah, tomato demon. It looked like it's from some. Is this like a crossover or extension? Is this from Berserk? Like, what the fuck is happening? And then things just go down. You find out that you basically find out for like a good 10 minutes his life sucks, and then it sucks even harder, and then it just goes fucking off the rails. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, holy shit! And I thought the platform I watched, I thought it was gonna be kind of censored. No, it wasn't. It was blood and guts cutting through motherfuckers all over the place. So I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this. Okay.
There was
The only time I see
Go ahead.
censoring on fucking like new anime that have a whole bunch of hype to it is when they tried to remove, and they successfully removed, my interspecies reviewers, because that was going to be on Funimation. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
And they were like, nope.
No, like no, there's too many footage.
and there was terraformers where they had
Oh,
a
that's
huge
right,
backlash,
yeah.
and people were just like,
Yeah.
no, you need to take these bars off the screen, or we ain't watching it. We're gonna burn down the buildings. There was a particularly funny part about this anime that I don't know if y'all caught up, if y'all caught this, but there was a part where like he killed like the tomato demon, and he was gonna get paid like 400,000, yen.
Oh yeah.
And he only ended up getting like $1,800 or 1,800 yen, and then he talked about like his cut, how he had to pay like his bills, including his water bill. And I was like looking at his shack, I was like, you ain't got no running water, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You live in a straight shack. I don't even think there was electricity.
No, he lives in a shed because it had fences stacked in there, like lawn equipment and shit. That wasn't he had a little shack and a bed, and fences.
Barely a bed.
Yeah, it had like a bed or sort of like a mattress or something.
The other thing I picked up on was, you could tell, and I don't have the creator's name at handy, but he obviously loves Western gangster movies quite a bit, and like cult classics, because I think it was in the intro, you see kind of winks and nods to The Big Lebowski, and like with the bowling scene or whatever, some stuff from Pulp Fiction, it looks like, maybe from Reservoir Dogs. I see a whole lot of like winks and nods to some old school gangster and cult classic fucking movies. So I want to see how that kind of manifests as the series goes on, like in the actual episodes itself. But it's all fucking there, man. This is a good ass setup.
Yeah, it's always cool because the Western world and Japan, there's like this cyclical cultural, like media and like film reciprocal like thing where like we'll take things from anime and then anime will take things from Western culture and we'll take things from Japanese
Like
culture and
it's
put it in our
symbiotic.
stuff. Yeah, it's like it's really cool to see that going on. Yeah, obviously there's sometimes there's missteps obviously because in Japan they're not generally aware of like certain cultural things in America, like like racism and shit like that, and like stereotypes. So when they do something that's like stereotypical, like I don't, at least in my mind, that they're doing it like maliciously. Like when it comes to like Octopops would be like perfect example. Like he only spoke in raps. Um,
Oh yeah,
if you try to do something like that in America, they'd be like, what are you doing? Like you can't do that. But over
they
there,
did do something like that here with the crows from Dumbo. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, and it was considered racist. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just like I like that dynamic of being able to take respectfully culture from here and culture from there, and nobody gets really angry about it.
Yeah,
Except for
absolutely.
people that don't consume it for some reason. People that don't consume it, they get mad about it.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool as fuck. I'm ready for fucking more. We'll see what continues to happen. Is it going to be dropping? Do you know what days of the week it's
It's
supposed to drop?
Tuesdays. They're gonna call it Chainsaw Man Tuesdays.
There we go. I like
Nice.
it.
I
Fucking
gotta
love
check
it.
it out. You guys were talking about it in the group, and I was like, "What the hell is this Chain Man thing?" At first, I didn't know it was an anime. I thought you guys talking about something that dropped on Netflix. I was like, "All right, it sounds like there's some crazy ass Edward Scissorhand Halloween shit going on."
Basically, yeah. I mean, the way he starts like his chainsaw, he pulls like a thing out of his chest too. Is just like it's just crazy.
Wait, so they don't come on like he doesn't like mentally think of it, and all of a sudden they come on?
He has to start it, but then I think
Mm.
he has some control over it. But he has to. It's something with his dog. Like with his dog, like his dog's tail is the pull cord. So when he picks him up like a chainsaw, he has to like pull his dog's tail to like start it, and like he'll cut down trees and cut through demons and shit. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, that shit is cool, man.
Are there other wait? One quick question: are there other people with, I guess, gardening tools for limbs?
Well, there's people in
Like
the
a
intro
whole
that have
girl?
like some crazy shit. Somebody was like throwing around her blood or something like that in the intro.
Yeah,
So there's definitely people with powers.
we have not met all the characters, like not
No.
No,
by
not
a
at
long
all.
shot. So we gonna see. Um, what? Who tried to dip their fucking toes into this Overwatch 2 weird launch? What the
That
fuck
was that
happened?
was Kronos, and he talked about it last week. But
Well, I
Okay,
talked about not being able to play it, and now I actually
yeah,
got in, and now I'm not going to play it. So
oh god dang,
yeah, they Zenyatta you have to unlock, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to sit here and spend hours and hours and hours to play the character that I want to play with. He's not a new character. He's an old character. I'm not interested in the other characters. Let me just play as Zenyatta, and I can't. And I'm not going to pay a bunch of Overwatch bucks to unlock him. I'm not going to spend hours and hours just to fuck that. Like, I'd much rather just pay for the actual game and just get the characters that I want. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind like unlocking some characters, but when it comes, for me, it's like it'd be like putting like Guile behind a paywall,
yeah.
or you have to unlock Guile. I'm like, it's a core character. Like, come on, like, what are you doing? So
I I heard that also didn't have Bastion. Like,
really,
yeah, double check me if
Mhm.
maybe I'm wrong because I haven't even started it or
I'm
whatever.
pretty sure Bastion's on it. In fact, I think if I look at B Boy's like feed, I'm pretty sure he used Bastion.
Okay, maybe I got the wrong one, but I think it wasn't just Zendaya uh, that was behind some
Zenyatta,
paywall shit.
Oh, it's
Zenyatta.
most of the,
Zenyatta.
from my understanding, it's most of the old, like literally almost all the characters from the first game are behind
I don't understand.
like hours locked. Like you're looking like hundreds of hours just to get one character.
I don't fucking understand this shit. I don't understand why the first game that I paid money for is gone now. Like the servers are completely offline,
Damn, that's
and
fucked up.
this one is around, but it's all paywall-y locked, but also free to play. I don't get this. This is the weirdest sequel I've ever heard for a big franchise like this.
Yeah, they really went on with Activision and just like they're just fucking this whole game. Blizzard just really messing up. They used to be like, if you would have asked me, you know, years ago, for like the past almost goddamn 30 years, like who is your favorite video game developer? It'd have been Blizzard because I mean
Yeah.
I was huge into StarCraft. I was huge into Warcraft. And then when Overwatch dropped, I love that game too. And
Diablo.
Diablo, huge game, and now they're just what I don't know what they're doing. Like what are they doing with this game? Now? It's not even really a game. It's just
Do you know they were in trouble when I think it was earlier this year or late last year? They had a remake of Diablo 2 and they fucking censored fucking statues that had just like weird statue nudity, like of titties or ass or something. And I was like, Diablo 2 came out in like late 90s, early 2000s, like 20 fucking years ago. And you
yeah,
censoring this now for a remake? What the fuck is wrong with you?
yeah. It's not even like it was like I don't know. It's just some nudity. Like who cares? Just slap up a TV or a MA on it or whatever and just let it go. Like
And I think it was always M, right? Or at least for Diablo
I
3,
thought so.
thought,
Let's see.
but I don't know.
Oh,
It's
hold on.
just
I see what it is. Okay, so if I want to get all the characters unlocked, I have to pay $40. That's what the watch point pack is for.
gotcha.
This is just
But then don't advertise it as free to play.
yeah, exactly. Just don't just make it pay. $40 is not a lot of money to pay for a game. So
Yeah.
especially in
It's like
this day and age.
it's like games on your phone. You can download them and they're free to download, but if you want to play, you got to pay for it though.
Yeah, there's only
Mm.
13 characters that you can play as. And yeah, it's Reinhardt, Winston, Orisa, Zarya, Soldier 76, Reaper, Farah, Torbjorn, Tracer, Widowmaker, Mercy, Lucio, and Moira. That's it.
Wow.
Like they're missing like a whole bunch of fucking characters.
Yeah, I guess they'll probably come later for like $7 a character or something.
What the fuck, man?
I
God
don't,
damn,
I,
you gotta
don't,
do
I
it.
know
Yeah.
because I know Doomfist is supposed to be in it soon. So
Oh man. Okay, so to unlock, for me to unlock Zenyatta, I have to play 25 fucking matches.
mm.
Yeah, that's still. I mean, it's not a crazy grind, but that's still a
It's
grind.
still a grind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
See, that's something that you
nonetheless.
would need to do to like unlock like character, like not character, but like clothes or something. Like that doesn't make any sense to unlock a main character.
Nobody
I'm
fucking plays
still.
Zenyatta anyway.
Yeah. Damn, man. Yeah, dude. This is a weird fucking law. I don't get any of this shit. This should be again. Rewind the clock back to what was it? 2015, 2016. Overwatch coming as a brand new IP was the new hotness. Everybody was talking about it. It had one of the best launches of a new IP we had seen in a hot fucking minute, especially for a team-based shooter. This was it.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
we talked about it for years.
Yeah, and I was super. I was like, okay, because I knew that they scrapped StarCraft Ghost for this game, and so from the get go, kind of had a bad taste in my mouth because I really wanted StarCraft Ghost to come out. But yeah, I was really amazed on how well they did it. Blizzard does a really good, one of the things they do best is making things. What do they call it? Like even. Like they know how to properly nerf and buff characters to make it seem like way more fair. And they did a really good job with that with Overwatch because they're constantly tweaking like little things just to make things more fair. And then they do this shit. It's like, yeah, thanks.
God damn. If they had stuck the landing on this, I feel like this would have been, other than obviously Call of Duty and Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok, the game that everybody's talking about for the rest of this year and onward. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but now it's gonna get buried. I mean, because what comes out later was Gotham
Modern Warfare's
Knights.
next week.
Oh, Modern Warfare. Yeah, you're right. And then,
So Gotham Knights on the 21st.
Yep.
Literally 7 days later will be Modern Warfare 2, and then like a week and a half later will be Ragnarok.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Ragnarok's. I mean, it's probably gonna be game of the year. I mean, I'm calling it early.
we'll see. We'll see. I think it'll be between. Obviously, I mean, Elden's going to be up there. Elden Ring's going to be up there. I know it, but we will see about Ragnarok. I'm really hopeful for it. I really am. And in fact, I need to pre-order it because that's been open for a while. Shit. But yeah, we'll see. Did you watch this? Sticking with anime, Bleach. That was your Blood War, isn't it? Back now?
Yeah, yeah, it's back, and I feel like it's kind of like a throwback for me because like when I was first watching Bleach, this was like in the
Like
mid to
early
late
2000.
thousands, the aughts. You know, when I was catching up on, I was watching. Remember, I was watching that in Naruto when I was over in Iraq. Like I would just binge watch them fucking shows. And to see it come back, because like the last arc with Bleach wasn't that great. It was the Fullbringer arc, and it just wasn't that good, especially compared to the Arrancar arc. That shit was awesome. But this
Mhm.
the beginning of Thousand Year Blood War, it has a real feel of the Arrancar arc from Bleach, which is arguably, maybe not arguably, but it's their best arc in my opinion. And it has that same feel. You get like this, you get a group of badasses that just you know are way too powerful with some head badass that makes them all seem weak.
Yeah.
You know, like like ants weak, and yeah, we're gonna see new transformations and new character designs, and I've read some about what's gonna happen, which seems pretty cool. But yeah, I'm definitely digging the direction they're going. It seems like they picked up like where they left off with the Arrancar arc, which is dope.
Now, does this have the? And I only watched like maybe the first 40, 50 of Bleach. I wanted to get back into it, but does this have the same like art design or?
It's a little updated, but it's very similar.
Okay,
It's a little more modernized, but yeah, I mean
gotcha.
they're pretty comparable.
Nice.
But
Okay.
they're gonna have the same characters, right? Like we got Ichigo and the redhead with big boobs.
Or Hime, yeah, they got all in Chato, yeah, they got all the same characters, and they all have their current powers that they left off with from the last one. So she's got her healing powers way more developed now, and Chato's got his crazy death punch thing, and Ishida, the what do they call him? I forget what thing he's from, but he's got his arrows and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Voice actors sound similar to back in the day.
Yeah, they do. I don't know if they're the same exact ones, but they sound similar to me. So
Good shit. Good shit, man. I'm excited. The only thing that was like tripping me out, I was looking on Crunchyroll. I was like, oh, let me try to catch up on some Bleach or whatever. I know it's, there's a whole bunch of episodes. Man, that shit is not on there. I guess it's only on Hulu.
yeah, Hulu. Hulu's been coming up lately. Luckily, I have Hulu Plus, so I get to watch that and a bunch of Hulu's actually been really good to their subscribers. So I mean, they've got this. They got we talked about Four
Rick and
Chainsaw
Morty.
Man, which is
Oh
excellent.
yeah, yeah.
They have a bunch of really good exclusives like Woke. That's a hilarious exclusive. Little Demon. That one's good too. They got a bunch of really good exclusives. And yeah, they just
It
go ahead.
Funimation is part of Hulu, right?
Funimation, I think
they're
so. Yeah.
even though
What
no,
I thought I used to have Funimation, but they got bought. I thought they got bought by Crunchyroll just
Well,
recently.
I think they have Funimation stuff on there. Let me just I gotta be sure.
Okay.
I just pulled up my Hulu just to see because there's a whole bunch of anime on here.
Yeah, I bet.
And
oh
was
yeah,
a
Hulu
surprise.
Hulu have anime on there for a good amount of time. It
Hmm.
keeps getting better though.
Yeah, that's good shit. But yeah, and I remember even I used to watch Bleach on fucking Netflix, like some of the old stuff, but it's not on there either. I was like, holy shit, it's only Hulu.
Yeah,
But good for them.
they do. They have Funimation and Aniplex, and I think a
Oh,
few other
okay.
ones. So yeah, and
Shit.
Viz Media is on here too. So yeah,
Right on, man. Make it
But
happen.
the vids are animated Aniplex that would show a little mature content.
I think it's Aniplex. Pretty sure it's Aniplex.
Yeah, I think it was on Hulu that I started watching. What was that really etchy one? Prison School. That shit
Yeah.
was
Oh
hilarious
yeah.
and awesome. All that fucking shit going on. So yeah, we'll see. They had New York Comic Con this past weekend too, and they had like the premiere of One Piece Red. Man, that shit shut down all of Times Square. I've been talking about this multiple times for years and years and years. Like, hey, they need to do like some big anime like marketing blitz. Well, here it fucking is. Like every single screen in Times Square had the trailers and advertising for One Piece Red on it, and everybody was going crazy. I was like, okay, it's here. I think they're really trying to go for the jugular because you saw Mugen Train did over $500 million worldwide. That shit was
Mhm.
great. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero did really well. Dragon Ball Superhero, Dragon Ball Superhero did really well as well. These anime movies that are having theatrical releases throughout the fucking like planet are doing solid ass numbers,
Smashing.
and it's only doing
Yeah.
better and better. So they're going to get advertising dollars. Finally, in the West, you're seeing anime get truly advertised fucking everywhere, like a normal
You,
movie.
you, you know what's crazy about when anime gets released to theaters? Like there are not a lot of showings that they're getting. Like maybe you might be able to watch it like maybe 5 times out of the day. Unlike how like big blockbuster movies like Marvel, they get like 15 theaters inside of the
Sure.
theaters and it plays like every hour on the hour. Like it's ridiculous how much screen that they get. But like for them to have like limited screen and still make these crazy ass amount of money just shows how like popular this genre is to people.
Yeah, I think eventually it'll expand to be like in blockbuster territory. I was listening to a podcast about like movies that kind of changed the world, and one of them was Jaws. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason why Jaws changed the world, especially well, it changed cinema, is because it was the first real summer blockbuster.
Yep.
Before that, what they would do is they would only show films in like New York, L.A., and like maybe a
Mm.
couple other, maybe Chicago and a couple other, major metropolitan areas. And then like weeks later, it would trickle down into smaller theaters, across the country. But Jaws was the first one to draw. I think it was like 400 or 4,000. I think it was 400. It was 400 theaters across the country, and they did it in
Mm-hmm.
the summertime. Because before, they didn't show movies. They didn't show a lot of movies in the summertime because it was hot as fuck,
Yep.
and a lot of places didn't have AC. Well, technology caught up. They have AC now, and Jaws was like, all right, well let's see what we can do. Especially what was really important. I think the main reason why they did it is because they went way over budget for
Mm-hmm.
for the movie, by like millions of dollars. And so when they did the first blockbuster, they showed them a bunch of. They first of all they did a lot more um, marketing with it because before there wasn't really a lot of marketing, especially
Yep.
nationwide marketing. So they did a lot of marketing and they dropped it on a whole bunch of theaters. And ever since then, that's when we started seeing that summer blockbuster and then blockbusters in general because now there's so many movies where you can't wait until the summer to have a summer blockbuster. It's nice now to have a summer blockbuster because back in the day, kids can come in during the summertime, but now kids are going to year-round schools and other stuff, and they'll take time off to go watch movies.
Sure will.
And yeah, like I think eventually anime can get there because we're seeing it released in more and more theaters now. Before it used to only be in like the cheaper theaters, but now we're seeing them in like major theaters on bigger screens. So I think eventually, maybe one day soon, next like 5 6 years, we'll see it drop like a blockbuster.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting not quite $1 billion territory, but you're getting some that are quite high. So
Yeah.
we'll see. They're not even playing at the theaters with the real sticky cum stained seats anymore. You remember them.
Oh
You
yeah.
remember them.
Did I tell you
I
the P
think
guy
you're
story when they used to work at the theaters?
Wait, what?
Did I tell you the P guy story when they used to work at the movie theaters?
No, tell that story.
No,
What
man,
the
what the
This
fuck?
hell?
is this is a true fucking story, and a movie theater does no longer exist. So I don't feel bad telling the story. It was in Newark, California, where I used to work. It was one of my first jobs, and there was this guy who used to come in almost weekly, and he would order a large Diet Coke and a hot dog. And he would walk in. He looked like a normal guy. He'd walk in, sit down, watch his movie, and every time he left, he'd have pee all down the front of his pants,
What the
like it
fuck?
was normal. And he would always do that. I was just like, what the
What the
like,
fuck?
yeah, every single time he was in the movie theater, he would pee his pants. I'm like, you can just get up and or just wear a diaper or something, man. Be hygienic. If you got to go, get up and go. But yeah, there was a pee guy.
That's
Who had to
just
clean up that seat?
Not me.
so sticking with Jaws really quick. When Jaws opened, June 20th was in 1975.
5. Yes.
464 screens
Yeah.
in the U.S. 409 were in the U.S. The rest were in Canada.
Mm,
And because of the response of it, they jumped it to 700 screens in July of that year. So apparently, they spent a shit ton of money on advertising for Jaws, like unprecedented at that time amount of money.
mhm.
They
And
spent. This is in the 70s, late 70s.
this
They
is
spent 1.9 million on advertising alone, which was unheard of at the time. Apparently, roughly it was only a couple 100,000 for advertising back then. So,
This is also just prior to A New Hope,
oh yeah,
episode 4.
literally like a year before, a
Yep.
year before Star Wars. But Jaws is the legit first like summer blockbuster film. That's why you get these big movies during the summer because Jaws was the one that did it first, with a 9 million budget.
Hold on, but the original budget was $4 million, so they went over budget
It
by
went over budget.
5 million fucking dollars. So
Yeah, so it was
It's because that goddamn sharks didn't work all the goddamn
yeah,
time.
it didn't. It was
yeah,
notoriously
and
bad.
literally they were still working on the film literally like less than a month of release. They were editing the film before they could get it to these theaters.
Yeah,
And
damn.
the movie grossed 476.5 million
That's
on
a
an
huge
over
ass.
budget. That's a shit ton of fucking money.
And you know what? It still fucking holds up. It's a good movie,
does.
like start to
It-
finish.
Yeah, I
Kept
mean,
my ass out of the ocean for a while.
it is based on the book, but Spielberg and the writer they cut out like a lot of the book.
They had
A
to.
lot of the book focused
Yeah.
on like the sheriff's cheating wife. The wife was cheating on him, and so that was a huge plot point of the book. But they cut all that shit out. They focused on the shark. was-
Rightly so. Don't nobody care
Yeah,
about
was
that
good
hussy.
for them. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it worked out, and this movie spawned 3 sequels. So
Yeah, man. I'm surprised they didn't like revitalize that franchise.
Nope.
Especially since they got 50, 11,000 Halloween.
nope. Spielberg said no. He said nope, no more. Nope.
Wait, is Spielberg still involved with the Jurassic shit though?
Yeah, he's still producer. So
Bro, they got 50, 11,000 of them.
yeah, that's them.
Yeah,
That's not
it's
Jaws.
modern. I think
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that movie's kind of magical because that shark was just like what they got away with that shark. Was kind of a lot. And I don't think they're never gonna like recapture what that movie did. So that's probably why he didn't want to do that. I think with like Jurassic Park and other movies like that, like I mean, they're good movies, sort of, but they weren't like magical. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that one was.
Not
The
only
first
that,
one was magical.
The
first
first one,
Jurassic
yeah,
Park,
the
that
first
shit
one.
was great.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't like it didn't. I guess there was some cool stuff in it,
But
you didn't see like a real remake of Jurassic Park. You just saw sequels, right?
yeah, that's all that's been is sequels.
It's also
And-
rinse and repeat with the movies too.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
those
always fun.
dinosaurs, they get loose, they eat people. We
But not-
gotta stop them.
Not only that, there were sequel books because the books were the blueprint for the film. There was Jurassic Park and The Lost World. Those were books that were released first that those movies are based on. Jaws also was a book that was the blueprint. I don't think there was a sequel to those books. Those were all original stuff. And not only that, Spielberg's not a huge fan of sequels. I mean, if you look at E.T., no sequel. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, no sequel. So a lot of the stuff he doesn't kind of repeat, but then he
Didn't he
does
do the
do sequels.
Indies?
Indiana Jones. Yeah. But that's him and George Lucas as a collaboration. So
Yeah. God damn. Fucking Spielberg is just great though. I do like him all the way, almost all in all of his stuff.
yeah, I mean, I did like Ready Player One. I've seen that. So that movie I've seen more than once, by the way. I've seen that movie twice.
Oh, did you? Okay. Well, I couldn't watch it again because the book was so much better. But yeah, hate to be one of those guys, but I'll be that guy. I
That's
almost wish I didn't read the book. Actually, no, I can't say that.
Yeah.
Book is
So
better.
I watched the movie first, and literally that weekend I bought the book.
How'd you like the book?
I read the book after I like the book. The book I feel like has a lot more darker tones to it, especially the part where he gets super depressed.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up. And then he gets to a point where he hits rock bottom, and all of his friends like literally leave him. So he has to come back with a plan to be like, hey, I really like connected with these people. These are the only people I recognize as friends inside this virtual space. I gotta do what I can. So he recognized that he fucked up, and he realized that he needed to do something to get them back and make things right. And you don't kind of get that in the film. Everything's kind of more corporate versus the little guy kind of thing. Even though that is the theme in the book, but there's a part in the book where he fucks up pretty bad and he kind of attacks everybody.
I kind of feel like it should have been like a mini series.
It could, I mean, maybe.
Are there plans for sequels to Ready Player One?
Yeah.
there's a book.
Oh,
The
yeah.
second book.
There's a
Yeah,
book.
it's the second book.
No, but I mean like movie sequels.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're
I hope
already
not.
when the second book dropped, they're already talking about movie rights and shit. So
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. Nothing's been greenlit, but you can guarantee that they're talking about doing a fucking sequel.
They should have made it. Yeah, it should have been a TV series for Ready Player One because there's so much details that was left out, and they kind of really rushed to kind of get it in there. Because Mr. Mercedes, that was a Stephen King's book, and the TV series was really good. Like holy shit, like
Yep.
they captured a lot of that stuff in there.
But
But yeah,
there's the problem with the book being made was that
copyright.
nobody has huge copyright shit because there's going to be companies that want to be forefront. They're going to want to be blasted all over the screen. They want people to get their product, and it's not just that. People want it. There's companies that want their nostalgic stuff like forefront, and you got to pay money. And guess
Well-
what? Guess what? Steven Spielberg has pull enough to where he can get shit whatever he wants. He's one of those guys. He's like, hey, I want to use your stuff. They're like, all right, we'll give you this, and they won't charge like a huge astronomical amount versus an untested director or like a young director. Steven Spielberg, they'll give him whatever the fuck he wants.
He's
But it
got a name
wasn't
for himself.
about the copywriting either. They cut out a lot of stuff that was missing in that movie too.
That's
Like
probably stuff
especially
they
with
couldn't
how
get.
the whole trophy run or the Easter eggs were found and stuff like that. They kind of jumped and started straight in the middle. It's like what the fuck? You guys are
But
missing some steps.
I'm
Took out
gonna
a
point
bunch of
out
things too.
one. I've said this every time, and I'm gonna say it again. The guy who wrote the fucking book wrote the screenplay
Yeah, I
with
know.
someone else. He made the changes that he wanted to.
Oh
Mhm.
no, he probably had a director, producer, some executive looking over his shoulder, like, "Hey
No,
man, we
no,
got to cut
no,
this out."
no. That was part of his deal. He was going directly between him, Spielberg, and this other co-writer. I can't think of his name. Those are the people he exclusively wrote with, and they would check with each other. Hey, this is what I want to change. This is what you can do. This is where you had leeway, kind of things. But it was his show. The movie was not happening without his say so.
Well, he fucked up.
Period.
He should stick to writing books. Stay the hell away from writing movies. I think
Let me
Mitch
s-
was it Mitch Hedberg that said that? Like comedians, they always hire comedians to be writers, or so that's a different story.
There are a
Yeah.
lot of comedian writers, though.
Yeah, there are.
Let me switch it up a little bit. So I think Stitch kept talking about this in the chat. I don't know if y'all have seen any of this, but I fucking saw this pilot for the Dahmer series on Netflix that a whole bunch of people have been talking about. This shit is, I mean, I'm a horror fucking fan. I like some blood. I like some guts. This shit is hard to fucking watch. I kind of knew about him. I knew he was the motherfucker that ate people, but that's all I fucking knew. So even though everybody says, "Oh, there's been too many series about Dahmer," and we all know this, I didn't know this shit. I didn't
He's
know
the
this
original ass
motherfucker.
eater.
Yeah, I had no idea he lived like in an apartment complex with like 50-11 neighbors that are just a wall away, basically. And I'm like, how in the entire fuck? I know how, but how do you ignore the smell of human like bodies just decomposing, getting burned in acid, and then the fights and whatnot to kill these people?
Screaming.
Like, yeah. But you know what it is? The glaring thing to me is truly, did nobody give a fuck about black Midwesterners, sometimes mostly gay men, at least from the first episode, getting
Oh no,
sliced and killed up and ate, and disappearing, and they didn't try to investigate shit. They just ignored the ever loving fuck out of the fact that, hey, it smells like death in here all the fucking time in this entire apartment complex. What the fuck? Have y'all seen any of this or heard any?
No,
Go
I
ahead.
haven't
no.
watched it.
I mean, I know the original story, and I've seen the one with Jeremy Renner, but I mean, the facts are there. I mean, he had a target. He knew his targets. He knew these people, these men, were not going to
Like
be
folks.
there. He knew society didn't give a fuck. He knew they were the lowest of the low. No one was going to investigate. So he had his pick of the litter. He knew he can get away with whatever his disgusting heart desired. And in some cases, it was just like, even when they were asking for help with holes in their head and acid poured in it. They still got no help. They didn't get shit.
None.
So I mean, this is a story. I mean, this happened in the late '80s, early '90s,
Yeah.
and you know, there you can tell it a different way, but this was just this third person, and what he did was heinous. And a lot of people, I guess, they either forgot or I'm assuming a lot of the new kids,
Yeah.
they didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
If you're
So
19, 20 years old right now, you got, it's before your time. It's like us
Mhm.
hearing about some serial killer in the 40s or 50s. You know what I mean? Growing up,
Oh
like
yeah,
it seems like it was forever ago. But the biggest thing for me that's just so glaring is the lack of empathy to, again, not only those victims' families, but like again his own neighbors smelling all this fucking foul ass shit and calling the building landlord and the fucking police and just completely ignored for years, not a few times, like just year after year after year of, oh, you black people are fucking crazy. Yeah, it smells like shit, but you're supposed to be living there. Yeah,
yeah.
don't
I
worry about
mean,
them noises.
bro, he's a white dude in an impoverished neighborhood
Yeah,
where everyone minded their own business. They don't give a fuck if you're dead or whatever.
you're
And
you're chopping up. You're
Yeah,
chopping up.
you're really breaking up.
You're being Jeffrey Dahmer.
Uh-oh.
You're being chopped up, man.
Yeah, but really, again, if you can't handle the gruesome, even me, I couldn't handle some of that shit. I didn't even know he went after gay guys and was gay himself. I didn't know any of that shit. But failure
Everything I
after
know
fucking
about
failure.
Jeffrey Dahmer is I heard from comedians. Like the whole fact that he mainly like focused on black people, that he also was gay. Like all that detail came from comedy. Like I guess at that time there wasn't many avenues for you to find out full details of things. So his whole backstory just goes over my head, and I want to watch the series, but then I feel like they might not. I don't want to say glorify him, but they might show like why he was fucked up in the head, so you kind of feel bad for him. But I don't want to feel bad for a guy that used to literally eat ass.
I haven't finished it. It's like 10 fucking episodes and whatnot, but I will say, oh, look, Old Ninja left. Hopefully he joins back. I will say this. Um, at least from the pilot, you don't feel sorry for this motherfucker at all. You feel angry about the entire system that let this kind of happen. And he's not some cool, suave dude. He's this incredibly weird fucking predator, liar, pathological shitbag. You know what I mean? They don't, to me, at least in the pilot, romanticize it all. So
I didn't know that he got murdered in jail.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I'm like
Oh
that.
yeah, like it's pretty bad. He suffered.
Good,
So
good riddance.
yeah, I'll read. I don't know if it's in the, well, it's historical. It doesn't really matter. Not like I'm not a fucking spoiler alert, but he was discovered on the floor of the bathroom in the gym suffering extreme head wounds, and he was severely bludgeoned about the head and face with a 20-inch metal bar. His head was had been so repeatedly struck against the wall during the assault, and he was still alive when they found him, and he was pronounced dead 1 hour later.
God damn.
Yeah, Anderson had been beaten by the same. Okay, yeah, so he got fucked up by two guys in a gym, and one of them said God told him to do it, and he said that Jeffrey Dahmer didn't yell when they were murdering him. So
Prison justice is a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
yeah,
So apparently, one of the guys that beat him, he's like related to one of the victims or
Oh,
something. Yeah, so
oh
they're
shit.
either cousins or something. So they planned that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Had to be.
God
One
damn.
thing for the guy playing Jeffrey Dahmer, Evan Peters. This
yeah,
guy is a pretty good actor. Like, kind of
Yeah.
got to sleep on him, but he also does. He's like I've mentioned before. He's an American Horror Story, and he played.
he's
Oh God, what's
Quicksilver.
the guy's playing? No, I'm talking about American Horror Story. He plays
Oh,
Ted Kowinski. Oh God,
Ted
he plays some other.
Kaczynski.
Ted
Ted
Yeah,
Kaczynski.
Kaczynski.
he plays him, and also the Mike, not Michael Myers. What's the other guy's name? Oh God, it's
Ted
another
Bundy.
cult leader. Yeah, Ted Bundy. He plays Ted Bundy. He plays like he does like a little flashback of those characters, and he plays them really well. Like he has like when you look at him, he looks like he doesn't have soul. Like you look into his eye, he looked like there's no souls behind those eyeballs, and he can play those creepy characters real fucking easy. But then again, he was actually pretty funny in Wanda and also in as Quicksilver in the X-Men movies.
Yeah, I mean he's
decent actor.
versatile as shit. I give him props for that, man. He knows what the fuck he's doing. But yeah, I'll watch some more episodes, but I can only handle like one at a time on this shit. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, some shows are like that. There was a couple of that like that for me, like recently with me and Kay. We were watching some shit, and it was just like, well, all right, that's a bit much. Let's cleanse the palate now. Watch some Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I mean,
You better put on some Bluey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so wild. So, but yeah, it's unfortunate because he had a slew of victims, and some people were saying, you know, him going to jail was not enough, and the prison justice is what was more satisfying for a lot of people. But still,
What was his sentence in jail? Was it life in jail or was it like
I'm pretty sure
8
it was
years?
life.
I'm
Hold on,
pretty sure he got
bro.
life.
Bro.
Yeah, I'll look it up, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was life.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, we kind of glossed over it, but the whole cannibalism shit is just next level. Like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck?
Okay, so yeah, he pleaded guilty to basically everything, and he was sentenced to life imprisonment, and on May 1st, 1992.
God damn. Yeah.
But yeah,
and
I
that's
know they're
only
probably onto the show, but like, yeah, he was known for eating motherfuckers. Like,
Did he
Like,
cook
you
him?
take
Or
that
did
scene
he like eat him raw? Like I don't even know.
I think he
Uh,
cooked them. I saw like in the trailer
yeah, I think he
scene of
cooked
him
a
like
couple.
cutting down some meat. I'm like, okay, is that rump roast or
They mentioned in the first
Oil.
episode with the when the cops are doing an arrest, and I'm sure they're going to go retroactively back to some of his first crimes, that the reason that they knew he ate them is because the cooking utensils still had human remains on it.
Mhm.
I was like,
he had
what
like
the
parts
fuck?
in the refrigerator
I think-
too, right?
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
a head in his freezer or something, and
And dick and
I think-
balls.
Yeah, he had dick and balls in jars. I think he not to. I think he did both. I think he ate like refrigerated parts as well as cooked human parts. So he was on a whole nother level of fucking fuckery.
So what's also kind of crazy about this is that kind of around this time when this was going on, that movie Alive came out. That was that story about the flight where the people crashed and like they had to kind of eat each other to survive.
Yeah.
And I
That
watched a
was
documentary
way
about
later.
that. I watched a documentary about that, and like they were just talking about how like after doing that, how like kind of fucked up in the head they were, like, you know, just to mentally get yourself ready to eat a human body. So Jeffrey Dahmer had to be on like a total different fucking side of insane to be able to sit there and just eat multiple humans. Like he went down to fucking KFC and got some 10-piece.
Yeah.
But he wasn't just doing that too. He was also torturing these people.
Yeah. And again, I mean, to call it what it is, to target, I don't know if this was exclusive, but at least initially, quite a few. Again, the black gay guys. It seemed like he would go to their clubs and be like, you know, let's drink, let's party, come back to my place, and then unleash all fucking hell and torture on them.
So I believe one or two of them were Hispanic or like
There's a white guy.
Latino. Yeah, there was like a couple. Some of them were immigrants.
Mm.
So that's even less because it's like they probably didn't have identification, or they had literally just got off of, you know, however they got to the country, and nobody knew who the fuck they were except for the people in the countries they came from. They didn't hear from them, so
Fuck, man. Yeah.
he
All
knew who
fucking
to
bad.
target. He knew who to target. He knew who to get.
Sure did. All right, man. Liven it up a little bit. God damn it. Take
Well,
it
I-
somewhere else.
I want to talk about this fucking this Santa Claus trailer that dropped with that has homeboy from Stranger Things playing Santa Claus. It's called Violent Night. It's like Bad Santa meets Die Hard. it's fucking brutal. So in the trailer, there's a little girl. She's like, you know, wishing for something, and then like her parents get kidnapped, and Santa Claus just have to be delivering presents at that time. And one of the bad guys is like, "Hey man, what the hell are you doing here?" And they try to kill Santa, but Santa's fucking, I guess, ex-Marines, SEAL, fucking Jason Stamos. Like,
He's Santa. What the fuck?
yeah, he starts killing motherfuckers, put him on his naughty list. Just this shit, it almost looked like it's fake, but it looks so good though. Like it looks really good. I'm like super excited about it. Like there's literally a scene where Santa put his hair back to a ponytail because he's about to fucking kick some ass. Like it's fucking hella funny. Plus they have John Leguizamo plays the bad guy or the drug cartel or something. I'm not sure what his role is, but he's in this too, and it's just. I don't know. This shit's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited about this. What's your guys' take on this trailer?
Yeah, I thought it was cool because David Harbour plays Santa Claus. So
Yeah.
and yeah, it basically looks like Die Hard and Bad Santa. Like it looks amazing. Which is one thing that's really cool is that Rick and Morty recently did a Die Hard episode, which is amazing. I hope you guys watched it.
I haven't seen any Rick and Morty except for the first one.
Man, it's so good.
I don't have access. And I'm
oh.
trying to keep it legal.
It's on Hulu too. Anyway,
Not unless you have Hulu Live TV, which I do not.
I have Hulu Plus, which is like I think it's everything. So
yeah, I don't have. I just have standard Hulu, and it's not there. Trust me, I've looked.
Yeah, it sucks, but yeah, it looks really cool. It looks just like Die Hard, and it's really violent, and it's funny because it's Santa Claus just kicking ass.
I don't. Has anybody heard of the film Fat Man?
You said, one more time. The film what?
The film is called Fat Man. Fat Man. Fat. So that's where Mel Gibson is Santa Claus, and shit. One of the guys from he's from Sons of Anarchy and Justified. He's in a bunch of shit, but he gets hired to kill Santa because this rich kid didn't get what he wanted. So Santa ends up battling out.
I remember this
guy.
movie.
I believe it's either on Hulu or Amazon, but it has a similar premise, but I feel like the Violent Night has a better production value because there's literally this guy's trying to shoot Santa. Santa pulls out of his sack all kinds of weapons. Mrs. Claus is played, I think, by CCH. His wife is black. I think it's CCH Pounder or someone like that who plays Mrs. Claus.
Brianna Jean, I think. I don't know. I'm looking at the IMDb stuff right now.
Yeah, so I'm like, dude, this feels like a similar premise, except in this one it's a robbery where they're trying to steal 30 million, and the other one it was like this kid didn't get what he wanted, and he hates Santa because of it, so he hires a hitman to kill Santa. That shit was wild, fucking wild.
Yeah, right now you can watch it on Peacock.
Oh, it's on Peacock.
Everywhere else you have to pay for it. Like it's on Amazon and Apple TV for $4.
Wait, Peacock is free?
Peacock is free.
Peacock is free. Yeah, but you have to pay for a subscription, right, for Peacock?
Something. I think Peacock is free for certain programs or movies.
I can't keep up with
streaming apps. Walton Goggins,
right?
That's the name of the guy, Walton Goggins. But it's funny because Mel Gibson, he doesn't go by Santa; he goes by Kris Kringle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his wife. Oh yeah, his wife is Marianne Jean Baptiste. If you watch, what's that show? Blind Spot. She's on that. So I like.
Okay.
But yeah, Santa. Mel Gibson is Santa. He kills a lot of people. He kills all these henchmen, and he's just pissed off because he just wants to deliver presents. And this guy's always in. This guy goes to the North Pole. He goes to Santa's house. It's pretty fucking wild.
God damn.
So you can watch Rick and Morty season 6 on Adult Swim right now.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Adult Swim, but each of those episodes were locked.
No, the newer episodes are locked. So episode 4 and 5 are locked right now, but you can watch 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. I'm gonna catch
on
up
there right now.
Yeah, so I know episode 1's on also on YouTube. That's how I watched the first episode. But everything else, I was checking Adult Swim every Sunday. I was like, where the fuck is this? And it just didn't give shit to me. I was pissed.
Isn't that the worst when you don't know where the shit that you want to watch is
right?
Actually airing?
It's fucking terrible.
And I hate when you look up something and it says oh, it's airing on here, and you go there and it's oh, it's $3 an episode or some shit like that. It's like fuck.
Yeah. Sling TV does that. They you got to subscribe. They're like, oh, if you want to watch this, it's $7. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Fuck
Amazon does that too. some of the shows are you have to pay for.
Paramount.
They're not part of Prime TV.
Oh, Prime.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate the fact that Prime always kind of mixes, or not always, but I always get confused with the stuff that is free because I have Amazon Prime versus the stuff that they
Yeah.
want me to pay, and I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to watch this. This is going to be free. No, pay that
It's also
$19.
it's also shitty when it was free at one point, and then all of a sudden they start charging you.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
they charge like because I have a few movies on my playlist, and I was like, oh, let me go ahead and watch this finally. And I go to watch it, it's like, oh, you got to rent it now. I'm like, oh.
God damn. Yeah.
But then again, Amazon bring us The Boys, fucking Invincible,
Yep. Good shit.
Upload. Like they got some good content on there.
The Expanse they got. So yeah.
Expanse.
Yeah, for real. So, we shall. Now, did anybody see this? It might have been in black and white. I haven't watched it yet, but the werewolf shit on D Plus.
It's like Werewolf
I
by
thought-
Night, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Something like that. No, but I heard it was really good. It's a Marvel movie or Marvel show.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's what I was tripping about it. I was like, wait, Marvel's got a horror movie? Like, what the hell's going on? I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I've been hearing good things about it.
Wait, what do you else? Is that
The
Werewolf by Night?
The werewolf one.
Werewolf by Midnight or Werewolf by Night?
Werewolf by Night.
Yeah,
Teen
it's about
Wolf.
an hour. It's
Oh,
like 55
okay, that's
minutes.
short. Did you saw it? You dig
No,
it?
not yet. I haven't seen it yet. I've been meaning to, but I watched Star Wars Andor instead. So
I haven't seen one drop today, right?
one dropped
Last week?
Yesterday.
Oh shit!
Or was it today? Oh, it's today. It was today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard good things about the latest one, but I need to fucking catch up. I will say I dig the shit out of Andor. The only thing that was a trip to me, and old Ninja, you'll have to like tell me if you notice or if I'm tripping. But in Star Wars lore, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, have they mentioned or said that people like Luke Skywalker and Anakin and Leia are humans?
Oh,
They ever do,
I mean,
right?
in the lore, yeah, of course. Humans are everywhere.
No, did they say the word like I am human or you are a human or something like that?
Oh,
Very definitive
uh,
Earth.
Because they do
film-
that. They did that in Andor once, and it kind of tripped me out. I was like, oh, I never thought of them as necessarily human.
Yeah, so in the lore, they are human because they usually do registrations and stuff like that. So you can, have classification human or feline or Twi'lek or whatever, and then especially when you're playing like the games when you like the Old Republic, where you can build your own characters, you can pick your race and stuff like that, and then add tattoos and scars and all that shit. So yeah. There's
Okay.
humans everywhere. I think in one of the lore it says the humans were like the most dominant of at one point in time. They're the most dominant across the galaxy.
Okay.
So
Well, so far I ain't seen a single fucking lightsaber,
you're probably not going to.
or even any Jedi, and I don't give a fuck. I just love the fucking espionage and trying to take down the fucking Empire. I'm with it. And Diego Luna is a fucking superstar. You know, he just fucking brings it every episode. But I'll definitely watch tonight's.
I know a lot of fans are saying it's slow, but I guess they've never seen a spy film or something. I mean, this is a Star Wars spy film, literally. So, I mean,
And
it's just gonna get crazier.
it feels a whole lot like Rogue One. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, by the same people, so
yeah,
why wouldn't
so.
it? I mean, tonight's episode was like a huge turning point. A lot of shit happens kind of quick, and there's like really good, like, because the movie's kind of it feels a little low budget, just a little, except we're
Mhm.
on Coruscant. But
Yeah.
when you're in the trenches, very low budget stuff. Very like they do a lot of retro covering, like it looks like you're in the 70s Star Wars kind of feel. And then they do this really cool effect in this current episode. It's really, really cool, but it's actually a huge plot point. So it worked out really crazy. A lot of shit happens. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe that happened at the end of the episode. So this is wild.
The only thing I need is for, I mean, I first of all, I like the diversity on the fucking show, but some black actor has to have like some kind of lineup, or you know what I mean?
No,
Like they got to fix some
no,
black actor's
no.
hair, man,
I
just a little
told you.
bit.
What did I just say? They have the 70s, 80s afro, full on. The only one that had waves was Lando. But everybody else,
Lando did have waves, but like
yeah, Lando had waves.
pick it out a little, line it up and pick it out. You
No,
know what I mean?
when
Something.
you watch this
Th-
show, they literally have 70s Afro funk porno fucking sideburn
Mm, they
for
do.
real sideburns, like the Afro
It's-
burn. I was like, oh shit, they brought that shit back. I mean, they went for that feel and that look of the 70s black male, and it works, you know.
Dude,
And there's
if they can have droids fucking fly goddamn plane, X-wings and stuff like that, there's gotta be a droid out there that can line up a fade.
Yeah,
no
just one.
phase,
You know what I mean?
There's no phase
no
back then,
phase.
though.
No phase back then. Back in
Yeah.
the 70s,
No.
80s, everyone was the Afro. Everyone that
Did
we
you-
remember from the 70s was like
Well, then make it a
Afro.
big afro, then. You know what I mean?
Nah. He got. If you notice, most of them are wearing hats. So
Yeah.
wearing a big ass afro with the hat looks ridiculous.
But you know what's crazy though? You see, like, there's plenty of white actors, like the little teenage daughter that was mouthing off to her mama. She got braids and shit. You know what I mean? I'm like,
but
come on now.
But
Well,
native people had braids long
That's
before we
fine,
had
but I
wigs
mean,
and stuff in here,
Homegirl from
give some of them
um,
black
from,
actors some creativity and shit. You know
homegirl
what I
from
mean?
fucking God, what's it? From Obi-Wan, she had braids. Like her shit was braided.
Yeah.
Then she got she got all fucked up. But like, yeah, her hair was done up nice.
Like I said, indigenous people had braids long before we had buildings on this land. So
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Ah.
for sure, man. I don't know. It is what it is.
yeah, if you haven't seen tonight's episode of Andor, you're in for some stuff.
How
Shit,
many
I'm like,
episodes have dropped so far? Just two?
not
What?
like 6, right?
Yeah, it's episode 6. 6th episode was today, and there's 12 episodes this season. So
Oh shit, yeah, dude, I'm fully on board, man. This shit is, I love this. That's one of my fucking favorites. So
Did y'all watch She-Hulk?
yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
Oh man, last
Oh yeah, we
week's
had
was
to
so
talk about
good.
Crazy.
I think last week's episode might have been the best one of the season because
Yeah,
Look
well.
at Prodigy muted.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Before we get into it, all I gotta say is fuck O Ninja with your goddamn spoiler. Like holy shit, like it.
What are you
Knowing you, because last week on the podcast you mentioned that there was gonna be somebody on She-Hulk,
Yeah,
and like literally when the feed started,
spoiler. It wasn't a spoiler because one.
because I didn't know it was gonna be this fucking episode, and like
No,
literally
no.
when she's in court and the guy was waiting for his lawyer, I was like, oh shit, I know exactly who it's gonna be.
So hold on. They show him in the trailer for the entire show before
I
episode.
haven't
one.
watched the trailer.
There was also a trailer for the current week's episode.
I
So there's
don't
two
watch
then.
trailers.
well, and they,
So
well,
the trailers are both
don't-
out there. So
trailer.
they hinted him with when they were at the
Get
like
that
the outfitter
wardrobe?
place, the wardrobe place. Yeah, they
Yeah,
showed.
yeah. Oh,
they
yeah,
showed us
yeah.
helmet.
So it's not the fact that I knew Daredevil was gonna be on there. I just didn't know it was gonna be this episode.
yeah,
Like, it'd been
there's a
cool
trailer-
to be like watching it, and all of a sudden Daredevil come walk in the courtroom, and you're like, "Oh shit, it's Matt Murdock." But instead, it was like, "Oh, I know who's coming through that door."
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, there was a literal trailer for that specific episode. So if someone else dropped it before me, then it's not a spoiler. So,
No, that's not how spoilers work. But all right.
I mean, I didn't. Well, in that context of me spoiling for him when the information was already out there,
I don't think you.
and it's
spoiled
from
it, but,
official.
yeah.
It's from an official channel.
But
So-
yeah. Anyway, the episode was fantastic. I thought it was really cool seeing Matt Murdock finally back because we all knew that he's supposed to be in it, and we knew that he's supposed to come back to the MCU. So it was just really cool to see him. I love him as an actor, and the way he shoots his action scenes are really good. They even did they did a really cool thing where they had like a similar like hallway scene. Like they're gonna set up like
Netflix
the
series.
they're gonna set up the stairway
The
staircase
Defenders?
scene.
Oh, yeah.
But they had a really funny like twist to that, which I laughed about it a lot. And they Hulk smashed. So
They sure did.
Literally.
you're missing
Twice.
some Hulk smashing there, Prodigy. There's been
Yeah,
a
I
lot
mean,
of Hulk
like,
smashing.
The chemistry between Jin and Matt Murdock was like it was there. Like I was feeling like I was about to tweet out like ship fucking Matt and Jin, like let's get this happening.
Yeah. And
That was,
She was like wounded for him. Like he could tell. He's like, "Why is your heart beat so goddamn fast?"
yeah.
Like, wait, what? No, that's not me.
That's not funny. It was funny because she literally threw herself at him, and he's like, all right, let's do this." And then boom, she smashed, and she didn't hide it either. So her friend while I was like, "Hey, you have like that after sex though?" She's like, "Yep, I smashed." I was like, "God dang, thank you,
And,
fuck."
like even in the opening court scene, like that scene was really cool. Them kind of going back and forth because you know that both of them are great lawyers, and it's like, oh shit, who's gonna fucking win? Like Jen's busting out this because they're trying to get the rights to, I guess, the guy's client list, and just them going back and forth. But then we also got to learn that the what's the name of courts
Oh,
was pulled back.
Sokovia
Sokovia,
Accords.
Accordion, yeah.
Accords,
So we
yeah.
learned that got not rejected. What's it called when laws
Yeah,
get pulled back?
repealed.
Repealed.
They got
Repealed. Yeah. So that got repealed. But one cool thing, so like I saw like a little Easter egg is that the guy who plays the guard frog, that he actually was in a previous episode. Like in when she's in there getting her wardrobe, like in the background you can see him leaving with his, and he's like kind
Oh,
of he doesn't know where the fuck he's going or whatever. So he's actually been in a previous episode, which is kind of cool for them to pull that back together.
so I liked how they displayed how Daredevil was much more agile than he was in the previous
Mhm.
show.
Yeah.
He was super acrobatic, and like he was doing his leaping off of building shit instead of hesitating. Like he was just going for it. He didn't give. He was the man without fear. He didn't give a
Mhm.
fuck. So he just kept going, and he made it a huge point. Like I've been doing this longer than you have. Like you don't know what you're doing. Like just follow my lead type thing. She's like, I'm a Hulk. I can just nope. Got to do certain things a certain way. So I mean, they both kind of complemented each other's style after a while to get the job done. But then we had like a turn in the episode, like something I wasn't expecting at
Oh yeah.
all.
Well, what was crazy about that turn is that like she literally set it up. She's like, "Wait, the show's not over. Like, there's still
Yeah.
and like when she says that, like, there's still a bunch of time left." And like I looked at
Mhm.
the time, I was like, "Oh shit, there's still like 20 minutes left. Like, what the hell? Like all the big action scene happened. She done smashed Daredevil. Like, what the hell else is gonna happen?" And then
Then it
shit just
goes
got
down.
crazy.
So it literally starts with because like I don't know about y'all, but I was under the impression that she was the only recipient of a reward.
Well, that's
Like,
what I thought
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
yeah, I thought she was the only one, and I guess she
That
did too. And then she found out like there's this whole slew of women that are getting the same exact award as she was. So she was like, "What the hell? What's happening here? I guess I'm not special, but I mean, I guess she was. They're all special, sure." And then when she gets her award and stuff, and then everyone's like saying their little speeches, but then she gets slut shamed in front of everybody,
like
and I'm just,
revenge porn.
what the fuck? What the fuck's happening? And then like you can see like it was crazy because she kind of loses it, and like they do the scene where they split her face on the screen, kind of like an homage to the old '70s Hulk, where you can
Mhm.
see like she just starts to kind of like lose control. And I was like, "Oh shit, what's about to fucking
Yeah. She
happen?"
finally hulked
And
out.
yeah, she went fucking feral. Like she basically tore that whole auditorium apart. Like, and they're trying to stop her, and she just wasn't having it. She was just like, everything's coming down. I'm breaking everything. I'm killing people." Type shit.
Yeah.
She was throwing people left and right. The place was on fire. Like her eyes were kind of flickering red, and it looked like she was getting angrier as she was going. It was fucking wild.
What What's also interesting, kind of going back a little bit, is that Jenna Walters, she mentions the Red Hulk,
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
and so it's like, oh, are we
But
gonna get
in
a Red Hulk
passing,
eventually
yeah,
in
she
the series?
mentions in passing. She mentions like a red Hulk and I think a blue Hulk or something. She says something in passing.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's an Easter egg for what's to come. Maybe what's going to happen in Thunderbolts. We'll probably see a red Hulk in
I
that.
mean,
But
they try to get her blood, so maybe that might lead to us getting a Red Hulk. Maybe
I mean,
not. Who
they
knows?
got something. They
Well,
got something for her.
the
I'll
Red
tell you
Hulk
that.
is Ross. It's
Hopefully, General Roth. Yeah.
yeah.
So
But
it was just crazy because she literally bust out of that place and she was ready to take on people with guns with no. And they kept telling Jen, "Stop, Jen, stop." She's like, she just kept going, just
look,
breaking,
her
throwing
fucking
walls. Yeah, she's
love life
tearing.
was throwing up on the goddamn screen, and her getting some D.
It wasn't
But
just that; it was like her personal information, as well as like
yeah,
they're trying to say that she was a fraud. So they slut shamed her, and they tried to discredit her in
even
front of
called her a slut.
like her whole family was there. Like it was fucking wild. I was like, holy shit.
Well, one
So,
thing that was funny is that scene with the rich boy who like I guess he said he was in legal trouble and he met her at the bar and stuff like that, and he like talked about how he spent a bunch of money and got this Wakanda spear. He's like, "Oh, I got this from Wakanda." And I'm like, "You're not gonna have that for long.
No. Yeah.
There's gonna be it because it was like one of the I can't remember her
Dora
name. It's like,
Milaje Spears.
yeah, one of their spears, and it's like, yeah, bro, you might as well just turn that over because they're gonna come for that right now.
yeah, he spent millions on that auction too. I was like, God dang!
Yeah.
I guess it was the underground auction. He's all like, "Look, I bought this." He's here we go.
But it's
This
funny
is
too because in the end credit scenes in the courtroom drawings, they show him and and Guard Frog bidding for it, and I thought that was kind of funny for them to do that. But the one thing I've noticed that the last couple of episodes there haven't been anything after the credits. I think it was like
Yep.
only episode like
Yeah.
1, 2, maybe 3,
I think
and
the
then after
first
that
they
they
had
stopped having them.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. So
But then again, the end credits, the courtroom drawings they usually have like a couple of slides in there that are new related to
yeah.
the episode.
So tonight or tonight at midnight or tomorrow, depending on when you're gonna watch it, is the season finale.
Mm.
So we'll see what happens with when Jen went all feral and what's gonna happen because it looks like she had to surrender herself. So maybe
Oh
she'll end
yeah.
up real. So we'll see what happens, but it should be interesting.
It's funny how that task force got there so fast. They got to explain that shit.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
That's what I was thinking too. It's like, why are they there? Like, she must have been set up. Like, holy shit, they knew this was
Probably.
gonna happen.
Very much, maybe. Who knows? But it'll be interesting to see. I'm probably gonna watch it like later on tonight before I pass out. So yeah, we'll see.
Wait, so one of the questions I had, so the the oh god, what are they called? The task force for that showed up She-Hulk's thing. That's
Mhm.
Doom Patrol, not Doom Patrol. What are they called?
Sword,
Isn't it-
sword.
I don't think it
It's
was
either
Sword.
sword or shield, but actually, I think it's what was that?
Isn't it like D&D or something like that?
You talking about damage control?
Yeah, Damage Control. Isn't that who they are?
Might be. Yeah.
Could
Because I know
be.
Damage Control was also in Miss
Oh,
Marvel.
Miss
But I was
Marvel.
like,
Could be.
is it Damage Control just the people who clean up? Like, isn't that their role? Like, how come they're like starting to enforce stuff now? Or am I wrong?
Well, they're supposed to stop damage from and then clean it up. But yeah, there's
Now they're
supposed to
more
stop
like a
it.
police.
I don't know exactly who pulled up, but someone pulled up, and they came. They came with weapons. Like they came with like special
What is that
weapons.
Oh yeah,
silver?
they had the
There's like
same weapons that they used in Miss Marvel, but people are saying that it's just, the technology is the same that they use in Hulk, like the second. I
Oh
think it
yeah,
was Incredible Hulk.
but they're portable though, because before they
Yeah,
had them in big drums. Now they
giant fucking
scaled
tank.
them yeah, they scaled them down to like handheld weapons. So maybe
oh, what is Silver Sables? Doesn't she have like a group? I forget what the fuck they're
she has her
called.
own private military.
It looks like them, but I can't remember what the hell they're named.
Aren't they just called? Are they called Saber?
Maybe.
SABRE? Aren't they called?
That,
Oh,
that,
it's-
that sounds
It's
familiar.
Silver Saber International.
Or it's
Something.
Wild Pack.
Wild Pack,
Yeah.
yeah. It says she's the leader of the Wild Pack.
Yeah, I could be wrong though. So more
Yeah,
than likely.
I didn't see any markings on them. I just saw their gear. So
Wait,
we'll probably see tonight. I won't be surprised if it's neither of them. It's some other, like maybe it's our first indication of AIM. Maybe.
yeah, they're making a TV show for. Oh no, she.
Oh, no,
I
it's
thought they
not
were making a
Wild Pack.
TV show for Silver Saber, but no, she was on in Spider Man
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then her
She's in
group
a-
is in Spider Man.
animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right.
We should
Um.
probably wrap it up soon because we started kind of
Hey,
late.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say we should probably wrap it.
Prodigy, what do you think?
Yeah, man. Let's wrap it on
Oh,
up.
you're sitting there
We're
angry.
s-
and
we're
talking
single
about
dads.
fucking
yeah,
She-Hulk. You're like, fuck that chick.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean-
I didn't like that one. All good. Old
Did
Ninja,
you
what you
even
got
watch
popping?
the episode?
Hmm?
Did you watch the episode?
Yeah, I did. I watched the first. No,
Oh, you didn't watch the current episode.
no, I didn't watch current.
I should just jump and watch it.
I'm good. Old Ninja, what you got?
Nothing too much. I have to take it easy because I was in the ER last week. Find out I had like some internal issues, so I got to take my medication. I mean, they didn't really give me a regimen, but I'm trying to self discipline and change up the diet a little bit. Drink more, basically just more water, and then I need to up my potassium intake. So I'm gonna try to work on that this weekend. Once again, holding Prodigy's hand through the Destiny Rage. Hopefully, he will pay attention to instructions this time instead of trying to chit chat and trying to pew pew and actually try to get to the end. Um, I'm thinking about. I know it's been a horrible kind of start, but I kind of want to check out Overwatch 2 just a little bit. You
Go
know,
have
I know
fun.
I know they have PvP, but I'm gonna see if they fix that whole. I mean, I have my own phone, but I don't know if I'm gonna try to do that. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. But I'm thinking about trying it. And then we didn't talk about Hellraiser. Hopefully, I don't talk about next week. I just finished it today. Um, gonna try to do some Rick and Morty, and then just kind of keep it low key. Kind of, yeah, pretty much it.
What you got, Blue?
Uh, friend's birthday this weekend. Kicking it with my kid. It's the kid's talking like a lot now. Like he can say like "I love you." He can chain words together. Like it's he understands things too. So today I gave him something. I gave him a task. I gave him some trash. I was like, "Hey, go throw this in the trash can." And he went to the trash can and he lifted up the lid, but he had trouble lifting it. But then he realized like it's easier to open it more on the left side of the trash can, so he like opened it that way. And then when he came back, I gave him more trash to throw away. And instead of like trying to open it to the end that was hard to open the first time around, he just opened it from the area where he knew he could do it. So he's like learning and putting stuff together. And he can count to 2, which is crazy. He loves like the ABC song. He loves Wheels on the Bus. Like it's this kid's an adult. Like goddamn, I'm waiting for him to get a job, start paying some bills. But I'm still loving it. Like it's a really cool kid. But other than that, I've been listening to Sandman Act 3, and yeah, like the scene in Act 1 where at the cafe where the guy like just control people with rubies. The strip club scene is like, goddamn. I, I don't want to spoil it too because it's like, so basically this guy ejaculates over and over and over again. I'm just gonna stop there.
Goddamn.
It's not good. But yeah, it kind of it's kind of a prequel to some things, but it's also kind of a sequel or a continuation from the last book. And there's literally a scene where like I almost started crying. Like I felt bad for Dream, for Morpheus, because of some shit that's gonna happen. I kind of know what's gonna happen, but it's still kind of fucked up. But yeah, just enjoying the audiobook. Um, Still trying to get our house painted, but other than that, just keeping busy, doing my thing, make sweet potato pie. So y'all guys down in SoCal now, so y'all guys can't get none.
God,
I
I
mean,
figure out how to ship it overnight.
I can come and visit.
I'm about to pull up.
yeah. Carlos, what you got?
I got sucked into this game called Super Hot. It like
Oh yeah.
the game is so fucking fun. It's free right now on PSN Plus if you remember. So definitely give the game a chance. I've been playing it on my Steam Deck, and it's so hard for me to put down. I've been playing the challenges and endless mode, and then I saw that there was like a sequel to it and a VR version of it. I'm just like, all right, I guess I'm all in. So yeah, it's hard to like. It's such an interesting game because basically the whole game stops when you stop, for the most part, and then the game like it doesn't start again until you start like actually moving forward backside. You can look around, and the game is basically paused. But then as soon as you like start to move, everything starts in motion again, and it's just like shit gets crazy because you have to like kill all these people, and the way you do it, it's almost like a form of art, like the way you do it.
Third person or first person?
It's first person.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just really. I showed a couple videos in the chat. It's interesting, like because at the end of on the first Super Hot, at the end of every level that you beat, it shows what it looks like in real time, and you basically look like a first person shooter god, like you're just everything like your precognition, because you just run through and just like you shoot bullets like, and then you look away towards somebody else, and then somebody dies around the corner or some shit. And yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like in real time, levels don't last longer than I would say 18 seconds.
Yeah.
Like that's a long time. Is 18 seconds. Usually it's around like it's less than 10 seconds. But that's in real time.
Yeah.
And
It should.
I played the game in VR, and like you can throw your weapon and like kind of go up a stair and then catch your weapon and use that weapon. So like there's literally I think there was literally an episode. I think it might have been even called that, but like it's called I do that before I walk into the room, and like literally like you throw your gun through a window and then like you take out people and you go up the stairs and you grab your gun and you kill the guy up there. It's fucking crazy.
yeah, I got so good. There was challenges, and one of them is where you can only use a katana, so you can't use any guns. And so there was like I'm using this katana just slicing through motherfuckers, and you have this power later on in the game where you can like basically transport your mind into somebody else's body. So
Shit.
I killed a guy, like I killed like two people like pretty quickly with my sword. Then there was like three guys almost lined up but not quite. So I threw my katana, and as it was flying through, I teleported my body into like the middle person, and then the sword came through the guy's body. I caught it, and then I killed the guy on my right with it.
God
Like
damn.
all one smooth motion. It was like so cool to fucking see in real time. Yeah. So if you guys get a chance, definitely check out that game. Other than that, it's just me and my kid for the next couple of days, and I'm looking forward to going to Austin, Texas next week. So
Oh, it's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. Austin's a fun town.
Finally
Yeah,
get to get
nice.
some Texas barbecue.
and I get to come off keto. I've been keto for a while now. I'm already down a belt loop, so it's nice.
Damn.
Wait, no, I know you're gonna be drinking in Texas. Now you can't
Oh,
go to
yes.
Texas and not drink.
Yeah, no, I'm going. I went on keto just like for like my physique to get better and just to like reset because it's over October too. Because so I just wanted to reset my body. And now, yeah, when I go to Texas, yeah, I'm eating all the fucking barbecues. I'm
Yeah,
drinking all the drinks. I'm
There you go.
flying first class there, so I'm drinking all the fucking flight. So,
Oh,
There you
nice.
go.
yeah.
There you go. Yeah, Texas. You got to go. There's that wing spot on University of the Texas Austin campus. They're always packed,
Well,
but they have really good wings.
well, I don't know how much I can actually do because basically I'm only spending like one full day there, and I know we're gonna go see
Oh.
what's the guy's name?
Post Malone.
Yeah, we're gonna see
Pimp
Post
C?
Malone. Did
Oh, yeah.
did somebody already buy the tickets?
No, but I said I vetoed not to go, so I'm not going to it.
Oh shit! All right. Well, I guess I'll talk.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen because I was like, dude, I don't want to pay money to see a guy I don't really like.
Oh,
I rather go and
I mean,
strip
I'll go
club.
because it's not our bachelor party, so whatever
Yeah, that's true.
whatever Steve wants to do, I'll do. So yeah, we'll have fun no matter what.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, that's for sure, especially in that spot.
Ass and titties.
Yeah. All right,
Good shit.
Prodigy, what you got?
Real quick, as Old Ninja mentioned, just trying to do some more D2 raids. The man who is infamously known as just State Farm sure did claim in a co-ed group chat, co-ed mind you, that he was going to eat all of our pussies, and then he just never fell through. So shout out to State Farm for gaming with us and saying off the hook funny ass shit.
So stupid.
Yeah, that shit would trip me out. It's been drama in the raids. It's been drama in the clan. But no matter what, I like pew pewing with my favorite dual wielding submachine guns. Even though you can't dual wield, I just go switch back and forth. Fuck it all. And then real quickly, I got a chance to speak to Eastlake High School. I got to talk to the youth today, all about careers and shit. So that was super fucking fun. No, I did not give them a PowerPoint presentation on Fudas or Gundam Fudas. Old Ninja. I know you were gonna ask.
I was gonna add. I was right there. You saw me. I was about to be like, "Where's that PowerPoint?" I know you
Got
had
the
it. with-
PowerPoint of like what? Oh, I can't even say the word. Actually, no, I can say because it's within the realm of vernacular. What's a food and what's a trap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, he's out there. No difference.
Know the difference.
Prodigy's
Knowing
about
is
the
half
kids.
the fucking battle. The other
Yeah,
half
I
is
know you were anxious to go into that PowerPoint, but yeah, I guess you enacted some restraint. So,
Mhm. That'll be for the college freshmen when I
Yeah.
speak to them.
which is very accessible on college campus.
Anyway, check us out, old ninjas.
All right, you just experienced Black and Black times Infinity.
To the meat.
dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with B's and BTIs. BTHANBTI. Anywhere and everywhere you listen to podcasts. If you listen to us to some strange means and didn't know that we go live every Wednesday on YouTube, 8:30 Pacific ish time. You can check
Sometimes
us out
50.
website, benheadproduction.com/B's and BTI. We have a Discord, we have a Twitter. Let us know on Twitch. We're on there. Just look for the rating antics. I'm pretty sure. I know there's a clip. There may be a new video up on there right now. Just go to Twitch TV /B's and BTI. And yeah, I think that's all the good stuff. Oh, you can email us bsandbti@gmail.com. There you go.
Oh,
Hold-
real quick before I'll talk about it afterwards. But there's somebody emailed us about an interview which I'd be interested in doing. I'll talk to you guys about it.
Sounds
All right.
good. Old Ninja, if you can find that clip of State Farm talking about eating pussies, please find it.